Hey, you guys, I hope you're having an amazing day so far. I am very, very excited because I get to come and talk to you about some things that I have experienced, some things that I know that are tried and true, and some things that I know are required for you to get to that next level that we keep praying to God to take us to. So, today, we're talking about the reason why greater requires growth. Often we say these prayers and we have our prayer community and we're putting it out there and then we're trying to figure out like, okay, I've done my part. I've done what I can in the natural. I've prayed. When is God going to meet me with the super? Not realizing that putting it out there, telling him our request or giving him our request to grow, to be better, for that increase, for the abundance, that's only a small portion of what is actually required of us. And this morning, I am going to give you three things that you can take throughout your day, you can take throughout the remainder of your week. And hopefully, when I give you these three tips, when I give you some insight on them, hopefully I am able to plant them on fertile ground. Hopefully, you are in a position and in a posture where you are ready to receive, because that is going to be the biggest difference in all of this. It's going to be the biggest difference in our very brief, but very intentional conversation this morning to make sure that you are in a posture to grow and to receive and to increase in the way that you have been praying for. So, with that being said, good morning again. My name is Khadijah. I am Apostle M.L. Clay's daughter, and I am actually very excited, a little nervous, but excited nonetheless to be able to come before you guys and talk about growth, talk about what it really requires of us to grow. Often we'll hear people say, hey, all I have to do is ask and I shall receive. And yes, that is so very true. Yes, it is. We are supposed to ask. That is our Father. He's going to grant us the desires of our heart if and only if these desires are in alignment with the purpose that He has for our life. It is going to require some work on our part. And we don't want to really do that because, we're like, hey, I'm a king's kid. I get to get what I want. To an extent, though, to an extent, we just don't get to put things out there and then that's it. We just become hopeful that they're going to work just by saying it. We have to also do the work. That's why scripture doesn't say, hey, just have faith. It says faith without work is what? It's dead. So we have to meet God and his super with our natural by doing the work. So first point that I want to give you guys is this: your next won't look like your right now. And guess what? That's a good thing. If we are wanting to elevate and to grow and to increase and to experience abundance, we want to get to that next level. There is no way that next level is going to look identical to the one that we are on right now. Whatever got us to this level is not all that it's going to take to get us to the next one. These tools were sufficient enough to get us here. They're probably not going to be sufficient enough to get us there. Consider this. Consider if you were building a home. If I wanted to just build a little shack in my backyard, it may require this particular set of tools, this amount of wood, right? But if I want to build a mansion, it's going to require more tools, more material, more awareness, right? It's going to require more of me to experience what? That elevation. It's a mindset piece. In order for me to get to that next level, while I think the way that I am right now and all of my awesomeness, this is enough. I know that that's what you think too. And if not, I want to put that onto you that you are awesome exactly how you are. And in order to obtain what's next, guess what, baby? We got to grow. Okay. So even in all of the awesomeness, even in all the goodness that God has given us, in order to get to that next place, we have to have a mindset shift, a paradigm shift. There's a lot of things that we have to unlearn and then relearn them in a way that is actually applicable to the place that we are in life. Here's another example. There are so many times where I have read scripture at a younger age and it did just like this. It completely went above my head until what? Until I began to experience certain things in life. And now those same scriptures that went above my head, it's like, oh my gosh, wait a second. This actually now makes sense. Those experiences help to alter my mindset. It helped to put me in a posture to receive what God was trying to tell me. And if you are anything like me, and you're trying to get to that next level, you're working on getting to that next level, you're working on that increase, then you know there's going to have to be some mental shifts that you have to take so that you can even be the person who is ready to receive rather that level of abundance. All right. Here's the hard part. Okay. Sometimes we may feel like what's going on in our lives has been sent to break us, and we don't really realize, rather, that this is God's way of stretching our capacity, building something within us. Too often, we give the opposition, we give the enemy too much credit for the things that are going on in our lives. We feel like, man, there's no way God would ever put me through this. There's no way this would be happening to me. Why? What is the reason? I only put good into the world. There's no way I've sown this much bad that this is what I'm reaping. Now I realize, like, no. This is God's way of answering the prayers that we prayed. We ask for increase. We ask for abundance, right? We ask to grow. In order to do that, how will God know that we're ready if there was not a test? Think about a surgeon. How would we know that that surgeon is capable if they were never tested? How would we know that those vehicles that we drive were safe enough for us to drive them on the road if they were never tested? And some of those tests are rigorous tests. Sometimes, like, think about the ads on TV. Sometimes we'll see a new vehicle coming out and they show us what the vehicle would do with the crash dummies in the front seat. This is what happens at 30 miles an hour. This is what happens at 75 miles an hour. This is what happens at 100 miles an hour, so on and so forth. In order for us to know that this particular thing is built for tough, what has to happen? It has to be tested. Same goes for us. In order for us to know, one, and in order for the Lord to know that we're ready for that next level, we have to show and prove, hey, I'm built for this. And not just because I am saying this out of my mouth. No. I have the war wounds to prove it. I have been through this and I have come out of it, but I have these war wounds so that no matter what, I can always give my testimony to other people who may be in the war at this moment. That season that we were in before, that season that you were in before, the one that you are in right now is not one that is built to break you. But depending on the lens that you are looking at that situation, that you may only see it as, man, I can't catch a break. I can't even take a deep breath, and here is something else. I can't even get peaceful sleep at night, and here is something else. And if we only look at it from that lens, then we're never really going to be able to see, like, hey, as you're in this season and these things are difficult on you, and then we say that prayer, God, I want more. God, I want better. There's no way that this is my portion. God, can you please show me? Can you send me a sign? And then guess what? He does that in a way to build our capacity. He is answering your prayer. He is answering our prayer. Sometimes we just mistake these seasons for ones that the enemy has orchestrated, and the whole time that has God's name on it. The entire time that has God's name on it. He's answering the prayers that we have prayed through what? Through tests. So the first point was what? Your next won't look like your right now, and that's a good thing. That means you have gotten better. That means you have elevated. That means that there is increase. That means that you now have a new level of abundance. That's exactly what we want. The person that we are right now is not going to be the person that's one step above, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. The second step, or the second point, rather, sometimes God is going to stretch you, not to break you, but to build your capacity. It's through the lens, though. The lens that we are analyzing our life situation is going to make the biggest difference. That mindset piece is not just necessary in the first tip or the first point. Guess what? It's necessary in this one too. If I'm not able to see that this is actually God working in my life, then it's going to be very difficult for me to grow. If anything, I'm going to regress. I'm going to regress in my faith walk. I'm going to regress in my connection with God, because I'm going to feel like he's abandoned me when the whole time he's building me for that next level that I've been asking him to take me to. And finally, here's the best part. Overflow cannot be poured into small vessels. Baby, we got to grow to receive. The same amount of water that can be poured into a pint is not the same amount of water that can be poured into a gallon. The prayers that we're praying are huge. They're audacious. They are big, as they should be, because you and I, we are king's kids. They should be exactly that and then some, because why? We know that he is going to do exceedingly abundantly, right? We know this. But if we have not grown enough to be able to receive, then we are wasting the resources that God has given us. There's nowhere for them to go. I heard this analogy once a couple of years ago, and it has stuck with me for so long. Picture this, and I'm a very visual person, and hopefully by now you guys can see that. Picture this. Picture, I have ordered packages from Amazon. And I've been ordering these packages from Amazon for the last 10 years. And over the last 10 years, although I've been ordering things, I have not yet went to my door to retrieve any of them. Instead of me going through my front door, I've just gone through my garage to get into my vehicle and leave. I've not even paid attention to the packages at my front door because I got other responsibilities to take care of. Life is still happening today. I still got to get to work today. These kids still need me today. My members at church still need me to serve. I got too many other things to deal with than to open the packages. Yes, they're there. Great. I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay. Now there's a package that I actually need. There's a product or a service that I actually need, and I have to go on Amazon to order it today. Yes, this item is a prime item. It's going to do exactly what I need it to do. It's going to be here in a couple of days. When the delivery service brings my package, the only place that they can put it is at the edge of the road, at the end of the driveway. There's no more space. And so now I'm complaining with the delivery service 5 days later because my package has not come yet. I don't see it. I can't find it. It says delivered. It's not here. And they're telling me, no, baby, it's delivered. We know it was delivered on such and such day at this time. This is the particular person who delivered it. We have proof. We know it's there. Please check again. And the whole time, because we're not looking at things through the right lens, we feel like what we put in the work for, we're never going to receive. Not realizing, no, it's been there. And I hope by now you realize this is not about ordering packages from Amazon for the last 10 years or beyond, for the last 10 months or whatever the case. There are so many prayers that we've been putting out there. We're just putting them out there, not keeping a record of them. We're just putting it out there. Something crossed our mind, we put it out there, keeping no record. And because God is one of his word, guess what? They're showing up. They're showing up, but life is happening. And we're not realizing, like, hey, we're putting in these requests, we're putting in these prayers, and the Lord knows that we are in a season to where we believe we are ready to grow. But because we have not moved that other stuff out of the way, the package that we actually need can never make it to us because we got too many other things in the way. Overflow cannot be poured into a small vessel. If there is not space for overflow, it's not going to happen. We have to create space. We have to create room for the increase, for the abundance, for the overflow, or it cannot come. Here's why. Let's say we don't create room, we don't create space. And what we're praying for is try to be poured into us over and over and over because we're not yet ready. It'll break us. We're immature in this blessing. We're not ready for it yet. Here's another visual. What would happen if you put a 5-month-old on a bike? Even though at some point they may be able to ride one, at 5 months is too early. It's going to do more harm than it would good. We have to put ourselves in a posture to grow and to receive. And it starts with our mindset, just like in point number 1. Your next won't look like your now. And that's exactly what it's supposed to. It's not supposed to look the same. That's a good thing. That's going to take a mindset shift to know, like, hey, in order for me to get to this next place, there are some parts of me that I need to up level, to increase. There are some parts of me that I need to mature to get to that level, to get to that thing that I'm praying for. And now that I've prayed for it, now that I've put that out there, here's point number 2. It's going to feel like I'm being broken, but that's God's way of building capacity. That's God's way of building capacity in me. That's the only way that he can do that. So while this is difficult and it feels like I'm falling to pieces and it feels like I'm losing control, baby, good. That's the only way that God can do his work, is if we're no longer in the driver's seat. And then hopefully in that season of God building capacity in you, we can begin to see how important, how relevant it is that that has taken place, because we were too little before. We were thinking too small before. What God want to do is this big. Our prayers are only a piece of that. And if we are really true and we really believe that God can do exceedingly and abundantly above anything that we can even think, above anything that we can even imagine, then that would mean that we do have to grow in multiple ways in order for us to receive. Greater requires growth. If you intend to be greater, if you really desire to be greater, if you are in alignment with being great in whatever capacity you have, or you are governing rather, then you are going to have to grow. Yes, all the work that you've done has gotten you here, and that's great. I applaud you. I'm sending you a virtual hug. But to get to that next level, we have to grow some more. So I hope that this has blessed you this morning. I hope that the words that I have been able to, in honor to, give you this morning have fallen on fertile soil, so that you can actually grow from the discussion that we have had this morning. I have enjoyed spending my time with you guys and sharing this, hopefully in a very transparent way. Like I said earlier, I'm a very visual person, because I just believe that, we can remember things a lot easier when we have something to connect it to. And hopefully I was able to do that for you guys this morning. Go forth and have an amazing day. Greater requires growth. See you guys.